Back here, doing another one. Let's go to Niche Jones, your health and wellness coach, and
Stephanie Demas, your mental health advocate.
mental health advocate. Bow. Now, next question. Somebody was stating that Miss Priscilla Clark, the Queen Baker, the OG. What's up? How you doing?
No. What?
Talk to my girl like that. I'm telling you, people was calling in. I'm gonna meet you one day. I turned that off. I was like, what's wrong with these people trying to get to my girl? All right, so focus. There are. Damn it, I don't forgot. I meant that from my soul.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Shot to the heart when you're too late. Let me see.
Honey, you give love.
Oh, found it. Got it.
All right, let's do this.
There are black women who are saying that Miss Priscilla Clark, the Queen Maker, shout out to you, is specifically pandering to black women in their pain. That Miss Priscilla Clark is coming after black women, enraged at them, and she got a lot of smoke for black women, and also black women support her the most. And why is she coming at black women so hard? So somebody had mentioned that in the video, so I want to address our thoughts on that. What do you think?
You first.
Nope. We're gonna let Miss Italy go. We're gonna let the girls go.
All right. Yeah. So, this is a difficult question to answer.
I'll go first. Let's go ahead. I'll go first. Okay. I believe that's not the truth. I believe it's a lie. I believe Miss Priscilla Clark, when you speak to her, if you comment, she answers back. And I believe there are a lot of black women who have a lot of things to say to her. Period. I believe there's a lot of black African American women, especially in America, that have a whole lot to say. And then when she comes back and has something to say, and if she adds black on it, the word, emphasize on it, now all of a sudden, oh my God, why? You know, and it's like, well, you came for her. You said something. You insulted her. You are not with the you ain't with it. You know what I'm saying? And she said something back to you. She gave you a reply. And when she gave you a reply, you didn't like that. I think black women come after her because they don't agree with whatever the message is, whatever her stance is. And then she responds to it or reacts to it. And you don't like that. Point blank, period. I believe she wouldn't have nothing to say if black women didn't have anything to say. I don't believe that she's attacking or coming from anybody in specific. But I believe when you make a video, when you post on TikTok, when you post on Instagram, and you have something to say about her or to her, and then when she responds and answers back to you, now all of a sudden you are a victim. That's what I believe. I believe that, unfortunately, because I am black, I'm an African American black woman, and I do believe that what happens is African Americans in America, unfortunately, they have a system, and they always make the mistake and fall into the trap because, unfortunately, because of socialization or colonization or all the Zations, whatever Zation you want to say, honey, we are used to being in that poverty, that sick, that plantation, and that victim mindset, to where we think it's okay to bash each other and kill each other and hurt each other, and nobody's supposed to come back for us. And then another times, a lot of people not realize a lot of it is status quo. A lot of times black people in America, they operate off of status. So if you don't have the status of being liked and the who's and the what's like you, and you don't all move in the same rooms and do all the same things, then all of a sudden you ain't it. Because if she was a person who was super popular and saying that the men is right, every time somebody disrespected black women and stepped on black women's neck and said black women was ugly and a single parents and a single mother and it's all your fault and the Pookie and the Ray Rays, and you got women sitting up there that's listening to the disrespect and the disregard and the miseducation, and they get on there and they say, you know what, you right. But my thing is, I'm not going to say you right unless you can explain to me exactly what you've been through and where you've been through and where you sat and sit. Because where you sit determines what you see determines what you do. Where was you sitting at? If you didn't sit in where I sat with a vagina, then you couldn't tell me. Just like you saying I don't have a penis and I can't tell you, you didn't sit where I sat. So a lot of times it's contradictory. A lot of times it contradicts and it goes into the thing where you ain't and you ain't and you ain't. Don't tell me what I ain't. A lot of times, like I said, a lot of people have filters, and their filters are so clunked with what people want you to know, what people want you to hear, not what you should hear. So you don't see things for how they are, you see things for how they should be. You see things for how they could be. You see things for how you want them to be. And you live in a place, and you live in what you do, and you see, and you think, and you operate from who, I don't know. But you think, and you feel, and you operate off of what the people you were following and the people that you admire and the people who are the loudest tell you to. So a lot of times people feel like because you're louder, you're stronger. A lot of people feel like, because like I said, she be talking to the men. She talked to a lot of people, even women. And people don't realize that they use a lot of these words in the wrong context. I said, God damn, that is not what that means. I'm saying, like how y'all on the panel not realizing that this person is speaking from pure hatred. They're not trying to learn anything. So when she said peace out and I'm out, she didn't leave. Because you was right or because she was triggered. She left because not only were you uneducated academically, but you were uneducated spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Why would I talk to you when you are not a worthy opponent? And I don't debate, but let's just be clear. You are a person who is speaking purely from what somebody told you and somebody told you what to think. You think you thought the thought that you shouldn't and you shouldn't have thought. That's what happened. And that's where you're coming from. I think she's not coming for any black women in particular or specific. I think when you send out a call and she answers, you get mad. And I feel like black people, period, are used to having this victim mentality because one minute you standing strong, the next minute you saying somebody hurt me. And no, I don't agree with the way she say everything. I don't. I stand on that. That's me. But at the same time, she's going to say it the same way she said it the first time. And regardless of how she said it and what she said it, I respect her because she doesn't change how she feels.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of women who would say a lot of things and then go in front of men. And what happens is they want to be liked, they want to be loved so bad. I've seen it. I'm black. I know. You want to be loved and you want to be respected and protected so bad. But what happens is they only protect you if what? If you say what they want you to say, if you do what they want you to do, if you go the way they want you to go. And you should not have any smoke unless when don't send for her. Don't send for Miss Priscilla Clark, the Queen Maker. Don't send for the Queen unless you want her to come back at you. Now I'm a victim. Now you hurting me. How about you hush your mouth? Hush your mouth, baby. You saw that video, y'all? Hush your mouth. Baby, won't you hush your mouth? Well, she had the little things all glittering. I said, praise the Lord, Miss Priscilla. Put on another outfit. Put on another outfit, McNasty. Oh, Jesus, your turn. Cause I go to the wrong place.
I really can't
McDonald's.
add anything to that.
Go ahead.
Like, Miss Priscilla, hello. Like, I hope you're watching this. And,
oh my, stop it.
And
stop.
Listen. Like, I get it. I do. And I tend to look at what's going on in a way that I can chew it, you know what I mean? And digest it. And like, I did some research, okay? And like, Miss Priscilla is very philosophical. She's very much into epigenetics. Like, I don't even know how to pronounce these words. Lenice is right. But
in the heat of the moment, they don't always come out right. That's how it go.
I'm a hireling. Like, I'm nothing, great yet.
You're a hireling.
But I will be. And yeah, I work for a pay. Like,
oh Lord,
I'm not a millionaire yet, but like,
that's not it.
Here, hold on. Let me not stray. What I'm trying to say is that throughout this entire conversation, there is one thing that stands out all the time with Miss Priscilla, and that is she is unapologetic. And I respect that. Because I'm someone who apologizes like, I'm always apologizing for I don't even know what. But my point is, like, I know that this looks a certain way to someone who is a heterosexual woman and someone who, you know what I'm saying, is identifying a certain way or looks a certain way or whatever. But it isn't what it seems. And I identify and look a certain way. Do you know what I mean? White is not how I identify, but I am not in a position where I can say, like, that I think she's attacking black women or not, because I don't think that's the case, but it doesn't really matter what I think.
My baby pink.
Do you know what I mean?
Baby's pink.
Yeah, so it's like
I'm black.
I have a little bit of a different pigmentation, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I don't know, but I have listened to her talk, and I have watched interviews, and I've tuned in, and you know what I'm saying, like, you are on point, Miss Priscilla.
That's
So,
my honey bun.
That's all I gotta say about
honey
that.
bun.
Yeah, I would not call Miss Priscilla honey bun, because I only have one honey bun.
Man. Bye.